Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm back from my little holiday. We were away for a week, and I spent the week with my mother-in-law. We I took care of the house, cleaned it up real good, and just did all the general things that needed to be done for her. And so it's all done, and then we got back on Sunday. And yesterday I spent the day just getting our stuff done, like wash and stuff like that. And so it was a stressful time because we were traveling, and while we were traveling we got stuck in traffic and there was a lot of stuff going on. So I did do one reading while I was on holiday, but I did it in German. I didn't video it. I was just doing a general read for my mother-in-law, and I pulled out the teddy cards and did that, and then I also did a reading on the royal family. Okay, so I wanted to kind of repeat the royal family read because I thought that there was something really interesting going on last week when the guy formerly known as Prince got arrested. Well, I heard this morning that the guy who resigned from the House of Lords also got busted. So I don't know if that's true. I haven't really done any research or looked it up, but I thought, whoa, things are starting to happen. But I want to pull some cards on the royal family in the UK and see what their future looks like. Because right now, I think a lot of confidence in the royals in general have like plummeted. I think they are like in the dumpster. And I think that in general, I think that there's a general consensus among people at the moment that the ultra rich have become basically enemy number one, public enemy number one, if you will. So all of these people who are so, they've won the DNA lottery, or they are ultra rich, ultra wealthy, and they have all this money and power and everything. People are starting to the I said last year that was sensing this sort of French Revolution vibe going on, and has really kind of encapsulated into what we're going through right now in terms of people. The ultra rich are not well liked, and there are these ultra rich people wanting to run for public office, and they're getting just basically slaughtered at the polls because people just don't like them anymore. People are tired of supporting the ultra rich. They're tired of, these really well-to-do people, just getting away with everything, and having these people feel this way is seriously, having an impact on their standing and their the way the public views them. So that is the vibe that I'm getting, this French Revolution style vibe. And anybody who studies history, when you say the French Revolution, um, just look it up on Wikipedia. What happened during the French Revolution? The French don't take no crap from people. And right now, the Europeans are more in tune with what's going on with the e-files and prosecuting those involved, as opposed to the Americans, who are basically just sitting on their haunches basically and doing nothing. And I don't mean the American people, because the American people want justice. It's the people in power who are basically doing the haunch sitting and not doing anything about it. So while I'm here, and while I'm going to pull some cards on the royal family in the UK and see what their future looks like, because I'm not so sure that they are going to. I'm not so sure if the UK is going to put up with this for much longer. I really don't. I mean, the taxpayers are the ones who take care of this family. They are the ones who support and financially support them. And with them being where they are now, it's like something is just off with the whole thing. I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit because it looks like it's better. Yeah, because it was like kind of lean a little bit. So I'm going to let's look at the royal family and see what the cards say about them. The cards that I pulled last week were not good. So the energy may have shifted, may have changed a little bit. The cards will probably not be the very same cards that I pulled last week, but I think there's going to be some similarities between the energy last week and the energy this week. But let's see. Whoops, I just lost a card. Card down, card down. And my guides are saying pull that card first. And the card that I pulled, my pillow. Okay, the card that I pulled is the Lover's card. Okay, this is the card about working together. You know how it's not just about people who are like in love, like romantic, but this is about the people who are working together. They're collaborating together. So what I'm getting is that the royals are in essence trying to figure out a way to get ahead of the news cycle, but they can't. And for the longest time, the royals have always been able to be one step ahead of the news. They have been able to control the narrative on just about any issue that comes up because you have these news reporters and these news agencies, mostly conservative ones, that are in their back pocket, and they are these traditionalists who want to keep the status quo. They want to keep everything intact. So you have the royal family, or the firm as they're called, working together with the media to try and control the narrative, to control what people see, hear, and witness. And basically what I see with this card is that this is a collaboration between the royal family and or the firm and the media, and how that's going to play out. So that's where they are right now. It's crossed by the King of Pentacles. um This could, basically what my guides are telling me with regards to this particular card, the King of Pentacles is that sort of paternal energy that is, he who has the gold makes the rules, if you will. But now people are starting to realize, in a sense, that they are the ones who have the power because they're the ones who buy the newspapers. They're the ones who listen to these reporters. They are the ones who listen and digest this news information and what have you. So there's a power shift going on. And it's not about the firm and the media trying to control the narrative anymore, because the people are finding out, and they're kind of they're actually they're actually coming to grips with their own power, financial power, what they are able to spend their money on, what they're able to buy or purchase. And so the people are starting to come together into this sort of ideology that they are the ones who are empowered by all of this. So whatever the firm or whatever the reporters or whatever the news media tries to put out, where does the power actually lie? And I think that that's what this cross is. This is where the people are coming to this realization that the media has been everything that they know about these people, about these royals, are the things that they want that the royals or the family wants them to hear. So you don't hear all the bad publicity or the bad press. And if you do, from within their circle, then that person gets bashed and trashed and thrown to the wolves, basically. So what people are starting to realize is they're starting to come to this realization that maybe this whole dynamic is no longer actually working for them. The underarching energy is the Ace of Cups. Well, the Ace is like our new beginning. So I think in this instance, the cup is overflowing because you see the water splashing out of it. So the cup is overflowing with that truth. So the truth is coming out. It is emerging, and it's not very palatable for the royals right now because of all of the scrutiny that's being done to particular members of the family who are involved with the e-files. So what you've got is basically an overflow of truth, an overflow of things coming out, and they're trying to prevent it, but they can't. It is like they cannot get ahead of the news cycle. They cannot get ahead of what's going on. So what I see happening, and this is just what the cards are telling me, this is for entertainment only, and please do not bash me about, you know, defending or countering these people. This is just what I'm getting, okay? So before you decide to play keyboard warrior, keep in mind these are people that we don't know. We are not acquainted with these people. We have no idea what makes them tick. We have no idea what their traditions and to me that I don't care. Okay. I read fairy tales. I watch fairy tale movies. I, watch romance stories with people from royal families and what have you. This is fiction, but this is reality. What we're dealing with right now, and how much of that reality is intertwined with scandal. How much of it is intertwined with scandal? How much of it is intertwined with something that is so horribly grotesque that I can't even mention it without getting strikes on YouTube? So this is what we are. This is where we are right now. We are getting like an overflowing of information that's coming out about these people, and some of it is not flattering. In the immediate past, you have the Fool card. And the Fool has been like this what I get is what my guides are telling me is this lackadaisical energy where everybody's just kind of accepted things at face value. They've accepted what's going on. They've just kind of gone with it and they said, okay. The other thing that they're telling me is that economically, having a royal family is very economically sound for the government because it brings in tourism. It brings in people who are fascinating from outside of the country who buy postcards, who buy plates, who buy teacups, who buy all this stuff. And so this is what's been going on. People have been just going by their seat of their pants going, okay, we're going to do this and this is what's happening. So what I'm getting with this is this idea that up until now, this has been economically a sound idea. People collect this stuff. There people are, fascinated by it. I went to a Steiff Club meeting like a couple of years ago, and they were passing around a teddy bear dressed like at the time it was Prince Charles, but now it's King Charles, and and they were passing around a teddy bear that was like Queen Elizabeth II. I mean, so yeah, this is economics. This is like money for that country. But how much of that money goes to this family, which in essence goes into, it could go into a slush fund. It could go into something to protect royals who've gotten into trouble. I mean, how much of this is on us as far as consumerism is concerned, and how much of it is on the people who go in and they buy all this stuff? I'm not arguing for or against it. I'm just saying that that's what I'm getting. I'm getting this energy that is saying that basically that what is happening right now is that we've got people who are buying this stuff and they're supporting this stuff. In essence, they're kind of indirectly supporting whatever it is that these people do. I'm not saying it's with the e-files. I'm saying it in general, that we are, as consumers, when we go in and buy teacups and postcards and this kind of stuff, this, that, and the other, then we are in essence supporting that. We are supporting this idea. And so they have gone by the seat of their pants saying, yeah, well, people are going to continue to buy postcards. They're going to continue to buy teacups. They're going to continue to buy teapots, all of this stuff. And we're going to continue to make money off of it. So that's in the past. The overarching energy is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so we're going a little bit we're staying in the thing. The Knight of Pentacles is you fought some battles, you enjoyed some adventures. Now you have to rest and regroup. Okay, so this is what they're doing. They are trying to regroup with regards to all of the stuff that's going on. They're trying to find their bearings. And I think that what's happening is that people have stopped buying stuff. People have essentially from these billionaires and stuff, people are not buying as much as they used to because a lot of them don't have the money to do it. So they can't afford it. And so when you have an economy that is dependent upon people selling postcards and teacups, then people stop buying the stuff, then there's like going, well, this cash flow has kind of come to an end. And so I think that's what this is. I think this overarching energy is really about the economic or financial downside to all of this. is that if people have decided that they are no longer wanting to support royal families, then they will not buy the teacups, they will not buy the other stuff that is being offered. And they're still mass producing all this stuff, but people are no longer buying it. They're just not buying into it because they're recognizing that we're all beautiful lights in the world and that we're all beautiful, spiritually. We are all just lovely lights in this world, and that we are deciding that we're not going to do we're not going to put people up on a pedestal anymore. In the immediate future, we have the Two of Pentacles. Again, Pentacles energy. This is about the pop the I say it's about the money. It's about the economic profitability that the royals have. And I think that this is the people taking their money, and they're saying, okay, we're going to decide what we're going to do with this. So what I'm seeing happening here is I'm seeing not just a reputational disaster for them. I am seeing an economic disaster for them, because it's like, I have a copy of Revenge in my bookshelf. And that book, I paid 24 pounds 95 pence for that book when I was in England about 3 years ago. And now I just want to throw it into a dumpster. I just want to throw the book away. And I probably will end up doing that. I'm not going to put it in a reusable library. I'm just going to put it in the dumpster here that recycles paper, and then they can make it into a roll of toilet paper, because for me that's all it's good for. So that is where I am at right now with regards to this. So people, the profitability of it has dried up. I think it's drying up. I think the people who are really enthusiastic about the royal family, they're going to still buy stuff, but I think there are a smaller and smaller minority of people who are doing it. So in the immediate future, you have the Sun card. This is very similar to my reading last week. The Sun card did pop out. It was a final outcome card, but this is in the immediate future. This is all the stuff coming to light. So while they're trying to get ahead of the news cycle, they're not going to be able to, because all of the things that they've done is coming out. It's coming to light. People are going to be seeing it, and they're going to be reacting accordingly. Internally, we have the Eight of Swords. This is self-inflicted. They have created this problem for themselves. They have put themselves into this condition, and now they have to try and do the damage control. But with the Enlightenment, that's not going to be easy. Externally, the Tower card. London Bridge is falling down. Can't really, I mean, these cards are pretty profound. They're saying the same, that this may end up collapsing the entire thing, because people are just no longer interested. They're tired of the corruption, they're tired of the slimery, they're tired of all the people getting away with all this stuff that that normal schmucks like us wouldn't get away with. Hopes and fears is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is this is very important to them to actually come through this without being scathed more than they already are. So the Knight of Swords is about, he's got his sword raised and he's ready to charge into battle, but the thing is, they're not really, I mean, they're trying. They're still trying, no matter what. They're still trying to get through. They're trying to um, get through the news cycle, trying to get ahead of it. They are trying like hell to get ahead of it, but they can't. Final outcome is the Four of Cups. And what I see here is that the people are being offered something. They're being offered, the royals are coming out and they're offering the people something, just a small tuppence for what's been going on. And the people are looking away. This person is sitting by the tree with a book in their hand, and this cup is being offered to them, but they're not sure, they're not certain if they're going to accept it. So it's just a question of whether or not they're willing to accept it. We'll look at the base of the deck here. At the base of the deck, we've got the Magician card, which is what I see is a huge cauldron, and I see them trying desperately to stir in whatever it is that they can to get people to maybe focus or divert their focus away from the scandals and the things that are going on and onto something else. But the people are not going to be distracted. And then we have the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands, I mean, look at this guy's, they're up on their horse and they're trying to maneuver themselves through, but they can't, and the people are walking away. And the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is chaos. This is chaos. This is an absolute chaotic mess. And they have created it for themselves. With that Eight of Swords that I pulled earlier, they're creating it for themselves. Finally, the King of Swords and the Five of Wands. Also, the King of Swords is trying, they're trying. And then we have another king here. We have the King of Wands. King of Swords, King of Wands, Five of Wands, chaos. You know, us versus them, trying to make their way through it. And then we have the Strength card, and then the Hierophant, and the Death card. So they're going to try and be strong. They're going to try and work through, but it's not going to work. No matter how much with the alchemy they tried to, they tried to mix and give to the magician, it's not going to work. This is not working. This is not working. They are in absolute chaos. They are in panic mode. They are in chaos. They do not know what to do. This is falling apart for them. This is absolutely falling apart. These cards can't be more emphatic. This stuff is falling apart on them. They do not know what to do, and they do not know how to react to it. And I'm not going to pull on the royal that's living in the U.S. I'm just not. I'm not going to pull on that because every family has its outcast. I mean, I'm the outcast in my family, so I know. And so I'm not going to pull cards on them because I don't know. I don't know what the outcome is. But what I do know is that people are not interested anymore. I mean, there's a lot of people who are saying, why should I pay money to support something that I don't, that doesn't benefit me at all? And I think that that's where people are at, that all of these rich and powerful people are trying to line their own pockets, and they're getting everything and the kitchen sink, and the normal people are walking away empty. And now people are saying, no, we don't want that anymore. So that's basically what I got. Last week when I pulled cards on them, I got pretty much the same story. It's the same sort of impact that I got, was that people are no longer interested in these wealthy, powerful royal families. They're not interested in trying to continue with monarchies in various, and I think that it's going to be that way in various countries. It's not just going to be in the UK and the royal family there, but Norway has something going on there with a crown princess who has gotten into trouble. Her son has gotten into trouble. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I think that many of these royal families in various countries have they have a problem. They have a serious problem right now. And I think that people are starting to look at this as, should we support this or not? France got rid of the royals in the 1800s, late 1800s, I believe. Germany got rid of the royals, I think, after the Weimar Republic. Even Hawaii, that was an independent country, had a royal family. I actually have been to the palace in Hawaii, only royal palace in the U.S., but the Hawaiian royal family was taken out of power when they joined the U.S. and stuff. So a lot of these monarchies, they do not last forever. And as they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And I think we're starting to see the fall of some of them. But we'll have to see. I mean, the cards are seem pretty with the Tower card coming up more in both readings that I did from last week as and this week. When I did the German reading, um, the Tower card came up. The uh, this came up. Tower card was the one I remember that stood out. This was a collapse. This was a full collapse. Let me just try this before I go. I'm going to pull out my pendulum here. I think I'm going to do the pendulum instead of the rods because the rods didn't work last time I tried it and I don't want to really mess with that. So I'm going to talk to Nigel. I'm going to see if he can give me some insight here. Nigel seems to be the one who's been the most vocal. But I've always had this image of him as being sort of like a British regent type person. So I'm gonna go, okay, round and round. Okay, and you can see I'm not moving my hand. So round and round is ready for question. Show me yes, please, Nigel. Show me yes, please. Okay. So that's usually no, but okay, I'll take it. Show me no, please. Okay, forward and back is no, and left to right is yes. Okay, Nigel, you're playing difficult for me today, but we'll go with it. Um, is the monarchy going to collapse? So front and back is no. No, it's not. Will it be reformed? Swinging so far. Yes, it will be reformed. They will have to reform it. Okay, thank you. Um, will will King Charles step down this year? Okay, now it's saying yes. No, it's saying no because he's front and back. Okay, this is confusing. Nigel, why couldn't you just keep it the way it was? Um, okay, he's ready for a question. Okay, will Prince William become king this year? It's stagnant. This is so weird. I think he got mad at me because I shimped at him, griped at him. Okay, um, let me do this. Okay, alrighty. Okay, they're ready for a question. Okay, show me yes, please. Okay, now they're doing it right. Okay, yes is front and back. Okay. All right, thank you. Show me no. And no is left to right. Okay. All righty, let's see. Let's try this. Okay. Will European royal families come to an end in my lifetime? Will the royal families of Europe come to a close at the end in my lifetime? And now they're saying no. My goodness, they're really active today. Okay, thank you. All righty. Clear, please. Will Prince William become king in 2026? Okay, now they're saying yes. Okay, yes, he will. Okay, thank you. Clear, please. Will the two sons of King Charles ever end their conflict? No, they won't. Okay, thank you. Will Fergie be arrested? Okay, now it's doing like maybe. It's doing maybe, but now it's going to no. No, she won't. Okay, thank you. Will she ever move back to the UK? No, she won't. Okay. Um, will the evil woman be pardoned? No. Okay, clear, please. Will any legal action be taken in the U.S. regarding the e-files? Well, that's disheartening. It says no. Okay. Will more rich people be exposed for what they've done with the e-files with regards to it? Maybe. Okay. So, I haven't done that in a while. Let me try the yes and no cards. Let me see if I can get some understanding here with the yes and no cards because I'm really the pendulum seems to be like it's very there's a lot of energy going on around me right now. It's very, very powerful, very, very strong. Okay. So will okay, let's just see if the pendulum and the yes and no cards read the same sort of answers. I'll ask some of the same questions, but um okay, the first question is will Fergie be arrested? That was I got no on the pendulum on that. So will Fergie be arrested? No. Okay, so that was established. Okay, she will not be arrested. Will she return to the UK? And I think again I got a no on that one. This one says yes, she may. Okay, so maybe she'll return. Maybe. Um. Will the European royal families survive the uh will they survive this scandal because it seems to be affecting a lot of them. So I don't have to say all of them, but a lot of them. Will the European royal families survive this scandal? No, they won't. Okay. So I asked in my lifetime if the royal families would still be in Europe, and I got yes. But the card says because I asked a different question, but the card said no. So let's see. What else? Will the UK Royals get ahead of the news cycle on this? Will the UK Royals get ahead of the news cycle on this? They always seem to get by. They always seem to be successful. Will they get? Will they be successful this time? No, they won't. They will not get by this time. This time, things have changed. Things have changed. Will William become king in 2026? And this will be the last question. No. Okay, I got no on the pendulum too, so that will be. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Have no idea. But I'll tell you this. Okay, please do not get mad at me about this. I mean, I know other readers have said that people have gotten angry with them about it. Um, I don't have any skin in this game. I do not know any of these people. I don't want to know any of these people. You know, I may watch fairy tales on TV. I may read fairy tale books. I may, be interested in like romance stories about, royals and all that stuff. But I am not a royalist. Okay, I'll say it straight up. I'm not a royalist. I grew up in the US. We didn't have a royal family in the US. The closest that we ever had to any royal family was like the first lady and the president. And those were the good old days when I was like a kid, and that we had a president that we could actually look up to and admire and respect. Today, the world has changed so much that that no longer is applicable. I live in a country where there's no royal family. There are people who have like titles, but these are like old titles and they mean absolutely nothing. the people here do not embrace royalty. They haven't for about 100 years now. So for me, the royals are just elites, nothing more. Elites, rich people, powerful people who have money and who have power, but they may not always have class. So that's where I'm at. So please, be kind in the comments. Um, Please understand that I'm not on team anybody. I don't care because it's not my, I have no skin in the game. I have read books written by individuals, or I've started reading books by individuals. Sometimes I have a tendency to stop reading books in the middle because I don't know, not lose interest, but I just get busy with other stuff, or another book comes along and then I start reading that. So I am very prone to like reading a book halfway through and then putting it aside and then forgetting about it and then having to start over. That is me. That is how I do with books. I love reading, but I also have various things I have to do and stuff. So. But at any rate, this video has gone on long enough. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you have any comments and you want to share, please do. But also, please be kind because I know other readers have gotten attacked because of stuff like the topics of this kind, and I don't really want to deal with it. So, just please, just be nice. Treat others as you would like to be treated. That's all I can say. And so I'm going to end it at that. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Take care. And as always, namaste.